That's fucking horrible.
Nope. Today, I'm going to show you guys the 2 times that I use compression. This is the main thing right here. This is the CLA. This is the compressor.
Skaters. Hello, skaters. Shall we play a game of skate?
We done. Yo, that was fun, man. That was really fun. I mean, apart from all the bales.
Nope. 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 Nope.
How's your nuts, boy?
That's fucking horrible.
Oh my god, my groin.
Yeah, man, that was good. That was good fun. Now, I thought today, going to be kind of a short but important gem. I'm going to show you guys the 2 times that I use compression. Now, before we get into this, I am not a mixing engineer by any standard. That's not my main thing. But if you're a beat maker like me, and I'm assuming most of you guys that watch these videos are beat makers, so yeah, I just thought I'd show you the only 2 times that I actually use compression. If you're a beat maker and you're kind of wondering, like, you know, you feel like you need to be using all of these fancy mixing plugins in order to get like a hard beat, trust me, you don't, okay? You really don't. All you need is good sound selection, good hard drums, and you just need to be able to level, and all that stuff comes with time, and over time your ear kind of trains itself. You'll soon realize that it is just leveling, being able to make good loops, you know, use good effects, and yeah, just level, put the soft clipper on the master, a little bit of EQing, but not much. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, let's get to my laptop. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, drop a comment, and yeah, let's just get into this. Okay, so the only 2 times that I use compression is on a loop, a full melody, once I've done the whole melody and mixed it and put all like effects on it, and I put compression on the 808 sometimes. Sometimes I don't need to. In fact, most of the time I don't need to add compression to the 808, but sometimes I do, and I'll show you how I do that as well. Now, the actual compressor that I use is called the CLA2A by Waves. I don't know what they did in terms of how they put the algorithm into this compressor, but I just get a really nice sound from it. It's super reliable, and it's just really easy to use. You don't have to worry about ratios and the knee and the you know, there's just 2 knobs and a screen that tells you if you're compressing or not. That's basically it. So let's get into the first one, which is adding compression to a melody. Now, if you follow a similar workflow to me, I'll make the melody, the full melody, I'll mix it in one project, add all my effects, bounce it out as a WAV file, and then I just start a new project, so I've got a nice clean workflow. I can just throw the drums in and then keep things nice and clean and simple. So if you follow this workflow, then, you know, great. If not, it doesn't really matter, you can still apply this. So yeah, let's get into FL Studio. So I've got this loop that I made a couple days ago. Okay, so that's already had all the effects put in it. You know, all the individual sounds have got the effects that I like, that I wanted to put on them done. You know, it's already fully mixed for me. So once I've done all of that, once I've manipulated all the sounds individually and, like, you know, tweaked everything as to how I want the loop to sound, then I'll come into the master, or I'll just throw all of the sounds into the same bus, so like a melody sub bus or just something like that. But I normally just go into the master and then, you know, start a new project once I've done with the loop. But I'll come into the master and I will go through and add my effects. You know, sometimes I add the RC20, reverb, you know, clipper sometimes. But this is the main thing right here. This is the CLA. This is the compressor. So when I've loaded it up, all I do is add a tiny bit of compression. And the reason why I do this is to just basically glue everything together. It kind of sort of brings the dynamic range down just a little bit, which then just kind of fills out the loop and just makes it sound more balanced, like once you start putting drums on it and all your sounds and everything else. So this is what it looks like. And the only thing that I do is just come into here. I'll just turn the gain down, turn the peak reduction all the way down, And all I do is come into here. So what on the left here, you just got a gain knob, just a volume knob. And then on the right here, that's the compression. That's the peak reductor, okay? So in basic terms, once you've turned up the volume, you turn up the peak reduction, and then this window will show when it's compressing, okay? It's really that simple. So yeah, I'll turn these way down to 0. I'd start playing the loop, and then I'm just slowly going to bring up this gain knob. You know, to be honest, like around here is fine. Like it doesn't matter too much because you're going to bounce this out anyway. So yeah, just play the loop and turn this up. That's fine. And then all you're going to do after that is just turn up this peak reduction. Now, I don't normally go past like -1 dB of compression. I'll just like, you know, just add a tiny bit. It's not a whole lot. One thing you don't want to do and one thing you really want to avoid is pulsing. So if you over compress, then you'll get this horrible pulsing sound, and it's kind of over squashing it, if that makes sense. So yeah, you just want to play the loop and then just add some compression to it. Just drag this knob up. There we go, look, now we're compressing. Okay, so we're just catching those like really loud parts of the loop and just kind of bringing them closer to the overall level of the melody. And that's all you want to do to it. It's just those subtle changes that you want to make that's going to make the biggest difference. That's literally all I do in terms of compression for this. Again, if you want to jump on this compressor, I'll drop that down in the description for you. But yeah, that's for the melody. Let me show you what I will do when I add compression, or if I add compression to the 808. Okay, so now here is the full beat of that loop that I just showed you guys. Okay, so the only time that I'll use a compressor on the 808, and it's the same plugin that I just showed you guys, is when the 808 sample has got a really high peak, like the initial punch of that 808 is like really loud. So what I'll do is just use the compressor to like tame that off a little bit and just bring the level a little bit closer to the rest of the beat, just so it's not really disturbing the soft clipper on the master, because that can then that can affect things. So yeah, here's the 808 right here. Here is the compressor. I'd add the compressor once you've leveled the whole beat and added all of your effects, and if you've EQ'd anything, just do this as sort of like the last thing. So get it leveled and then throw this compressor on there. So the first thing that you want to do is match the level of the 808 as to what it was initially. So let's turn this off and take a look at the level. Okay, so we're just above -3 dB. So now I'll come back into the compressor and make sure it's turned on, and then I'll just raise the volume of, let me just solo it. I'll raise the volume of this gain knob again right here until we get to -3 dB. Okay, that's about spot on. Okay, and then once you've done that, then it's just a matter of raising this peak reduction dial until you're adding a little bit of compression again. So let's just go. Okay, and you'll notice that I also don't add as much compression as I do on the loop for the 808. You only want to add, trust me, you only want to add a tiny amount if you're adding compression. And I won't add compression most of the time. This is only when I use 808 samples that have got a high peak, okay? 80% of the time I won't use compression, but it's just for the beats that need it is when I'll use it. Okay, so let's check the levels of before. So let's turn it off. -3 dB, just over. And then with it on, we're just taking a little bit away. So we're literally only taking about 0.5 of a dB away with the compressor, and that's really it. Basically what you're doing with this is similar to the melody. You're just gluing that 808 sample closer together, you know, making sure that all the levels kind of come through nice and balanced. That's going to be it for this video. Maybe you guys don't think maybe you guys think I'm holding back some stuff, but trust me, when it comes to making beats that sound punchy and dynamic, the compressor is the last thing that you want to add loads of instances of onto your beat, because that's going to squash everything together. And especially like if you've just started out and you don't really know what the compressor's doing, then you're going to make the same mistakes that I used to do. I'll over compress everything and then the whole beat just won't sound loud and punchy anymore. So yeah man, just the loop and the 808 is when I'll use the compressor. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed that little skate segment at the beginning. Again, I will leave the compressor that I've just showed you guys in the description for you to jump on if you want to jump on it. But you can replicate this with stock plugins if you don't have the budget for that. But trust me, like this is just so much easier. You don't have to worry about ratios or anything like that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe, like the video, drop a comment. It really helps these videos out a whole lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.